Today we're going to put a border around the outside edge of our project. This allows it to be framed in and look cleaner, and if it needed to be matted, it would leave you space on the edge in order for the mat to be attached to so that it didn't cover up any of your artwork. So the first thing we're going to look at is where is half of an inch. So if this is an inch at the 1, half of that is going to be that long line between the 0 and the 1. Now, some rulers don't have a 0 on it. They look like this, and it just has a line right there. And some rulers don't have the line, and so it would just be the edge of the piece of paper. So you need to look at the ruler you're using. If it has a 0, then that's where you line it up with. If it has just a line, then that's what you line it up with. If there is no beginner line, then you use the edge of the ruler. Okay, so we're going to go around each side of this and we're going to frame it out like a picture frame. So I'm on the short side of the piece of paper, and we're going to put the 0 on the edge of the piece of paper, and we're going to make a mark at a 1/2 inch. Now, when you make your mark, you want to make the mark with the line. It's like the line is just being extended straight out. Then you're going to slide it down to the middle of that short side, and then you're going to make another mark at a 1/2 inch. Then slide it down to the bottom. Make a mark at the 1/2 inch. Remember, each time, make sure your 0 line is lined up with the edge of the piece of paper. Then you're going to turn your ruler sideways, and you're going to line up all 3 of those dots with your ruler. So we want all 3 dots to be touching our ruler. Once they're lined up, you're going to hold your ruler with your fingers at the top and your thumb down here at the bottom so that it doesn't move, and we're going to drag a line down the length of the ruler. And that gets us a line from top to bottom. Then I'm going to go to the long side of the piece of paper. Now, I turn my paper. Every time I'm making a line, I put it on the left side of me. So I was doing this one, so it was over here on the left. So now I'm going to turn my paper and do it over here on the left. You don't have to do it that way, but it just makes it easier for me to not have to think about which way my ruler goes. My ruler always goes this way. So 0 on the edge, mark it a 1/2 inch at the bottom. 0 on the edge, mark at a 1/2 inch in the middle, and 0 on the edge, mark at the top. Once I have my 2 lines on the long side, it's not really going to reach all the way across. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up these first 2 dots with your ruler, and you're going to drag it. And then when you get to that second dot, you're going to move your paper up and line up the next 2 dots, and then drag it. And then you'll have a good straight line going across that long end. All right, then we're going to go to the other short side. I flip it over here to the left because this is the side I want my line to be on. Put the 0 on the edge of the piece of paper. Make a mark at a 1/2 inch at the top. Make a mark at a 1/2 inch in the middle. And make a mark at a 1/2 inch at the bottom. Then I'm going to take my ruler, turn it sideways, and connect those 3 dots. Long side, last side to do. We're going to make sure we put the 0 on the edge. Make a mark at a 1/2 inch at the top, make a mark at a 1/2 inch in the middle, and make a mark at a 1/2 inch at the bottom. Then we're going to take our ruler and we're going to connect the first 2 dots. Remember to hold your ruler with your hands spread wide apart so the ruler doesn't move. Connect the first 2, slide your ruler down, line up the next 2 dots, and connect those. And we have a border.